Hey everybody, in this week's video I want to talk a little bit about stretching. Now this is quite a controversial topic in exercise science the last years, actually the last decades. And before I deep into this matter, I want to tell you that I'm not against stretching. I personally like stretching and I stretch quite often. But I'm going to start this video by telling you what science says and what is my opinion. So exercise science has proven to us the last decades that stretching does not reduce the risk of injury, especially before training, and it even has, as shown in some studies, a negative effect. It even can increase the potential for injuries. Stretching doesn't reduce muscle soreness, and number three, it does not increase the length of the muscle. So as you can see, most of the reasons we have been stretching the last decades are not valid, and a lot of you will think that the more I stretch the better I get at stretching, and that's true, but just to remind you, it's not caused by morphological changes, meaning changes in the length of the muscle, but it is caused by neurological changes, meaning that you teach your body and your neurological system to relax more, to let your muscles relax more, and thus you can increase your flexibility and feel less pain while you're stretching them. Now this might be a big surprise for a lot of people, but the actual way to increase the length of the muscle is not stretching, and on the contrary, it's strength training. But what I mean as strength training is to strengthen the muscle eccentrically in its length position, such as doing deep squats or dips with a big range of motion or any exercise like that. Personally, I still stretch the muscles that feel tight in my body, and I still stretch in a way to improve my posture, but the best way to improve your posture is to always be mindful about it. So even doing the most simple tasks, such as washing the dishes, if you realize, for example, that your shoulders start to hunch up and your back starts to round up, you should always be mindful and always correct your posture. That's the best way to correct your posture, and together with that I would recommend that you always take deep diaphragmatic breaths, and so you teach your body to always be relaxed in the proper position you should be, the proper posture. Another reason I personally also stretch is because it calms me mentally, and it also helps me concentrate and be more in the moment. So I use it also as a meditation technique. Now, besides everything we know from the latest studies, I think that stretching is a chapter that hasn't still closed, and we will still find in the future a way to include it in our everyday program. A lot of experts such as Michael Boyle, which is someone I really admire, still propose using stretching before warming up, and that's a tactic I also use and I found it helpful till now. So you don't have to stop stretching if it feels good and if it's helped you until now. Just don't include it as a warming up method. You can put it before your warm up, but not before your actual exercise session. You can also include it, as I told you, to relieve your stress, to stay focused, and anything that helps you feel better generally is a good habit to include in your daily program. That was all. I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, stay strong, and if you want, keep on stretching.